Hello. I was asked to come to this TEDx stage today and perform for you and also talk about who I am and what I do. The performance side is quite comfortable and easy for me, but the talking side I feel extremely uncomfortable and I'm very terrified. This is probably the most terrifying moment of my life to date. So,
Oh, yeah.
thank you. But facing my fears and jumping out of my comfort zone has come from music, and especially performing music on the streets, which is what I am and who I am. I'm a street musician, and I play around the UK currently. I play city to city, town to town, with the goal to convert a van, live in it, make it a studio, and travel the world and drive anywhere I can, possibly from England. And it all came from this gut feeling I had, this calling that I knew I was destined for. And it was a moment that really kind of meant a lot, that kind of sort of stepped me out of my comfort zone. I was driving to work, and work at the time was at a retail store, and I just had a mental breakdown. I pulled over and I just burst into tears, and I was like, this isn't who I am, this isn't what I want to do, this doesn't align with my values or who I am, it doesn't give me a chance to express what I can do and what I can give to the world, it doesn't allow me to add value to people's lives. So I called up and I just said, that's it, I'm not coming in. I'm just going to go full out with this. And I've never looked back since, and it's been incredible. When I started, it was in winter, and in winter in England, it's not fun. It's quite cold, and it rains all the time in England anyway, so I was out in the streets playing music, most of the time with 4 or 5 jumpers on, 2 hats, 2 pairs of gloves, like as many socks as I could possibly pull on. And I'd get blisters a lot, I'd cut my fingers, I'd be standing in freezing cold, winds, and snowfall and rain. Some days I'd play for 6, 8 hours maybe and make enough just to make a sandwich to eat. Some days people would come up to me and say quite mean things. They would say, you sound terrible, you should go and get a real job. You should go home. You'll give me a headache, please stop. And what kept me going for all these challenges through this weather and the negativity from people was seeing that I was making small change in people's lives. I was bringing smiles to people. Children would stop and stare in amazement. They'd come over and they'd sing and they'd dance and they'd pull their parents closer. And children on the streets with street music, it's so magic. They are so mesmerized by it, and I'm very grateful to have the ability to give that experience to the children when they're out in the streets. And I'd see people walking there, looking on the phone, completely absorbed. They're worried about what's going on in their life, and they stop. For that one moment, they look up, and they hear this music. Maybe they stay there for 10 seconds, maybe a couple of minutes. And we'd share eye contact, and a smile would rise from them. That kind of smile that really warms your heart and makes you feel safe and happy. And people would come up to me and they'd hug me and they'd say thank you. And I've had people crying towards me, and they've come and hugged me and said thank you. I've had such an awful day, such an awful morning, and you've just kind of brought light to me. So thank you for this. So for that, I'm incredibly grateful for all these people that come to me in the streets, and I'm incredibly grateful for the experience and opportunity to play for them. At the end of it, when I leave this life, I want to look back and know that I've given it everything I have, and I've given this world everything that I possibly could, and I've given it all the music in my soul. And we only get one life. We get one chance. So I say to myself every day, and I want to say it to you too, like, whatever it is you feel inside, this calling you have that you feel that maybe you haven't got the courage to go and do it, just face it and go all the way with it. Follow your heart. Run towards your dreams. Just go, because you can go anywhere if you put your mind to it. You seriously, everyone that I can see right now, and everyone in the entire world, we're all incredibly unique. We're all beautiful. We're all miracles of some creation, and it's just, yeah. So yeah, follow your heart and just go with this calling that you know you have. And I'm going to play some music for you now. It's a song that I wrote myself, and it's called Change. And it represents the change of lifestyle from working in a retail store, somewhere that I'm not very good at working, to playing on the streets and doing what I love doing. It's the small change that people give me to keep me going, the small change that I could potentially make in someone's day, the smiles that I bring. It's the change of setup as well, the setup that I'm about to perform to you today. It's very new to me. I started this year, and they're my buddies. They're some of my best pals, and I'm really excited to show you what we've got to say. So I'm going to now play a song for you.